Welcome to Yap About It, your go-to podcast for everything pop culture. We're here to talk about the latest gossip, TV shows, music, and movies that keep us talking.
Yep, if it's blowing up your timeline or making those group chats go off, we're talking about it.
So grab your popcorn, your headphones, and maybe even a glass of wine, and let's yap about it.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Yap About It. I'm Lauren.
I'm Elisa.
And I'm Christina. Today we're diving into your weekly dose of pop culture news and a few wild headlines you might have missed.
Let's yap about it.
All right, let's get into the pop report. So first off, we have Selena Gomez and Benny Blanco are married. They got married on September 27th of 2025 in Santa Barbara, California at Seacrest Nursery for the ceremony. The rehearsal dinner and other events took place in nearby venues. Their guest count was about 170 to 200 people, many close friends and family, plus celebrities such as Taylor Swift, Paul Rudd, Steve Martin, and Martin Short. Selena wore 3 dresses total, all custom designed by Ralph Lauren, and also had all of her jewelry was Tiffany & Co. Yeah, I think she looked beautiful in all her outfits. I'm surprised that she had 3 dresses, but at the same time, I mean, if you have the money, then why not?
Why not? Yeah.
Yeah.
Which one was your favorite?
I think I like the satin one, the first one, the most. It's just very classic and timeless.
Me too. I really like that one. And I also like her reception. Was it the reception dress that was like 1950s style?
I don't know when she wore that, because I know that the shorter dress. Are you talking about the shorter dress?
Yeah, like the shorter dress.
Okay,
was
that
like
was her reception dress.
Reception.
Yeah.
I really like that one.
Yeah, that one was really cute too.
It was very like Mad Men.
I like the lacy one. The one that she has, well, I guess she has a veil on both of these, but I don't know. The one that's more like lacy and racy.
Yeah.
More, I like that style.
I also saw on that one, I think they had their initials sewed into the lace and the wedding date. So that was a nice little touch.
It's a nice little touch.
Right.
Yeah. And I thought, the guest count, for having a celebrity wedding was a reasonable number. That's pretty normal. Yeah.
I had heard that they all stayed at, I don't know if it was the location of the wedding, but it might have been where the rehearsal dinner was located, but they all stayed at like a hotel resort, including some of the guests, but Taylor did not. So I wonder if that was sort of a security.
I'm sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because the way I saw something on TMZ, the way she arrived, and it was just in this container. I don't know. Just it has to be super. It was crazy. Yeah.
Super extra.
Is it like at the Eras tour when she like comes out in the cleaning?
Like that pretty much. And there's just been theories over the years of her like in these suitcases. I don't know, just all these types of things traveling. I don't know. It's just crazy. And I heard Taylor made a speech, of course, which
I heard that too.
I heard that. Yeah, I wish we could hear the speech.
I know. I heard there was some line, a couple lines from it, not the whole speech, but something about how Selena beat her to the altar, like she jokingly said, and then, but still congratulated her and so happy for her best friend.
Oh,
yeah. I heard there was like a lot of inside jokes as well between the two
I want to know
besties.
Those.
I want to know those.
Give us the inside deets.
Give us all the deets. What did you think about the aesthetic and the vibe? It was very like chic but low key, I feel like.
Yeah, I really liked it. Like the
simple wedding cake.
The small simple cake and the small bouquet, like nothing over the top. I thought it was nice.
It's very Selena and Benny.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they said Benny, he had it tailored to where, I don't know, it would just be safe for everybody to be barefoot for a lot of it. Because he doesn't like wearing shoes and things like that. So I just feel like very, comfy, homey, and simple, like you guys said.
Well, I mean, I guess everybody on the dance floor not having to worry about their feet hurting all night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they're barefoot.
Very true.
Oh, yeah, I'm happy for her. I mean, we know that she's been through a lot romantically, so it's just good that, he said, she's found her Prince Charming, and he said he married a real-life Disney princess, so.
Oh. And moving on to a topic that we discussed in an earlier episode, some more information has come out about Sean and Nina's breakup. Allegedly, Nina did want to have kids and family, so that's the opposite of what we had initially heard. And then more info has come out about Sean supposedly not being faithful.
Which I think we kind of touched on.
Yeah.
And we already saw the TikTok come out with Nina, so she sort of alluded to the fact that he might have not been faithful. But also, some pictures came out of Nina at a yacht party, including, was it Chase Crawford? I think his girlfriend was there. Miles Teller, and of course,
Kelly
Zac Efron.
And Zac Efron, yeah, the biggest one.
And I feel like Nina Dobrev and Miles Teller have partied before, like way back in the day,
I think so too.
But yeah, so interesting to see all of them out together as like right after this breakup.
Yeah, she was having the time of her life on that yacht.
Yeah, living her best life.
And some people were speculating that maybe her and Zach were dating or hooking up, but recently she got cornered by some paparazzi and she's like, no. Like, no. She just laughed and they were like, oh, are you just mates? Because I think it was maybe like a British or an Australian paparazzi. And she's like, yeah, we're definitely just mates. So
okay. Shut that down real fast. I wonder what that means.
Yeah, no, I would be here for that. And I was here for all the memes. Those were hilarious.
Oh, the memes were so funny.
High School Musical, Vampire Diaries crossover memes.
And Gossip Girl.
Yeah. The crossover we never knew we needed.
No, seriously.
But Nina was definitely, enjoying the last rays of her hot girl summer. And hopefully she can find happiness. I mean, I feel bad for her because, she was engaged to him and then now to come to find out that she did want a more committed relationship and settle down, kind of, it seems, to have kids and everything, and he's not ready to do that and is allegedly cheating on her, is really messed up when they were engaged for a year, have been together for
like
what did we say, like 5 years?
I think we said 5 years,
yeah, so
and they
really
flipped the
bad for her.
script and acted like they
made it sound like it was him,
yeah.
That he wanted to settle down, she didn't, and then come to find out that it was totally opposite.
Right.
Well, it sounds like it's just another case of a man-child.
Yep.
Yeah. In other couples breakup news, Nicole Kidman and Keith Urban are separating after 19 years of marriage. The two first met in 2005 at the G'day USA Gala in Los Angeles, an event promoting their shared home country of Australia. They went public with their engagement a little over a year later before marrying in Sydney in June 2006 and share two daughters, Sunday Rose and Faith Margaret. According to reports, they began living separately in early summer of 2025, and multiple reports claimed that the separation was initiated by Keith and Nicole tried to save the marriage. Was this surprising to you guys? Was it devastating? I just feel like they seemed so solid and not really, they weren't like tabloid fodder, really. Yeah. They seemed like a real couple and not a PR couple, especially after all these years. So I was really surprised by this.
I was too, just because 19 years is such a long time. And like you said, they're not really in the tabloids that much. They kind of have stayed under the radar. Mm-hmm. I mean, everybody knows that they're together, but it's not like there's all these stories that are constantly coming out about their relationship or anything. So to see this was pretty shocking.
Right. Yeah, I was shocked too. I mean, for Hollywood, for any marriage, that's solid 19 years. And I'm like, dang, you might as well just keep going. For me, I'm just like, that's already a long time. But yeah, especially for Hollywood, that's like twice, 2 or 3 times as much as a regular marriage.
Yeah, and the exact reasons about the breakup are unknown right now. She did give irreconcilable differences as the reason for the divorce, but there has been speculation that it has to do with Keith cheating. In July 2025, Urban reportedly ended a radio interview abruptly when asked about Kidman's romantic on-screen scenes with other actors, which did fuel some speculation. And I did read an article that he wasn't happy with her scenes in Baby Girl. I haven't seen it, but I know about it.
The infamous scenes in Baby Girl.
Yeah. I think we've all heard.
Yeah, we've all heard the stories.
How Nicole was feeling during filming those scenes.
I do remember some of the PR around that. I'm like, wow, yeah, that's that's brazen to say when you're married.
Right.
But he has also had issues in the past with, I believe, alcoholism and possibly substance abuse. So there were also just rumors speculating or swirling around that as well. So I'll be keeping an eye out on this because, I don't know, I'm invested. I've always loved Nicole Kidman. I've just sort of been lukewarm about Keith Urban and his god-awful hair, but
his never-changing hair that's been the same since the early 2000s.
Hey, dude, come on. It's time to upgrade.
Right.
Really.
And come on, you have Nicole Kidman. Like, she's beautiful.
So glamorous.
And
Yeah,
then you
she's
have
regal.
Keith Urban, and then he's allegedly cheating on her. Like, what is wrong with
Yeah, that's where do you go from her?
Yeah, like how you only go down from Nicole Kidman.
Yeah, seriously.
Like,
I just
what?
like a regal queen. I don't know. That's the vibe.
She is queen. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, she's mother.
And I feel like she I've always thought that it was good after, her whole Tom Cruise divorce, because this is her, I believe, just second husband. I don't know. I might have to fact check that, but
I think so.
yeah. So I don't think she's gonna be. I don't know how her. Of course, it's gonna come with her and everything, but I don't think it'll be the same kind of hurts as it was from the Tom Cruise divorce. We're not gonna get that memeable picture of her walking.
Oh my gosh, I love that picture.
But dang, I know that. Just a fun fact: she dated Lenny Kravitz in the past. Is he single? Like that would. I wonder if they could like get back together.
Maybe she should try Liam Neeson. Maybe they can have an actual relationship.
Or Zac Efron. They said, some people say like, oh, well, Zac, since they did the movie together, like, well, okay, no,
yeah,
Zac
was
Efron
it the Newsboy or something? The news,
yeah,
something?
like the couple, something,
The Paperboy. I don't know what it's called.
I don't know if I could see them together. That would be an odd couple.
No, I know. Yeah, I don't think I could see them together.
I'd be like, yep, that has to be PR.
Yeah, definitely. Well, at least she can wear heels again.
Yeah, maybe she needs to stop going for short guys.
Nah, no more short guys.
All right, and we have an update from our Diddy story. Sean Diddy Combs has officially been sentenced to just over 4 years in federal prison. A New York judge handed down a 50-month sentence after Diddy was found guilty on 2 counts of transporting individuals across state lines for prostitution. He was acquitted of the more serious racketeering and sex trafficking charges, but the judge said the evidence still showed a pattern of exploitation. He could be out by March 2028, and his team says they plan to appeal. Are we surprised? Because I'm not.
Not surprised, but just sickening. Yeah.
Yeah, it's disgusted and disappointed. I don't think that's enough time.
That's definitely not enough time. Not at all.
Nope.
No.
Yeah, I was not surprised, but yeah, very disappointed, and it tracks. It's what we discussed earlier in the year when we were discussing the trial. He's got the money and he's got the power to get around it. So it's a great legal system at work here.
Right. And on the music front, our Super Bowl halftime headliner was announced. It is Bad Bunny.
This is your man.
Your man.
I'm so excited. I'm a huge Bad Bunny fan, as these two know. And as the podcast listeners will come to know. I think it was a really good choice. I mean, I know that I'm really biased, but I do think it was a good choice. But also because of just his music, his flair, he has bangers. I was pleasantly surprised. I was a little surprised because, as you know, on a past episode, we had our theories and speculations it was going to be Taylor Swift. They also threw Adele into the mix. They also talked about Miley doing it, but I am not disappointed at all. I mean, I might be biased, but what do you guys think of the pick?
This was not on my radar. I am glad it wasn't Adele. I just want to say, like, I love Adele. She's so talented, an incredible artist, but I cannot see her headlining the halftime show for the Super Bowl. I just don't think that she has the right style.
Well, even she said that before.
It's not gonna pump anyone up.
yeah, she's been like, I think it'll be boring. She's like, my kind of life.
She's like belting it out. Yeah.
So, the EDM. They have to add the EDM mix.
The EDM.
Yeah. I don't think that would be the right fit. Miley could have been cool, or maybe like have like a Disney reunion of sorts. But yeah, I think this is going to be interesting. I'm not like a Bad Bunny head, but at least it's going to hype people up, and it's fun.
He has the bangers.
He does. He does have the bangers, so I've heard.
So I've heard.
Yeah, like same with me. I'm not a huge Bad Bunny head either, but I've heard, some of his songs through Christina. So
yeah, I'm gonna just have to make you guys more well acquainted.
Right.
Yeah.
But he definitely has the sound and the upbeat vibes to make it a fun halftime show, and definitely has I think the performance behind it too to make it very entertaining.
Yeah, and he has the collaborations. Mm-hmm, I mean, he actually was on stage in 2020 with J-Lo and Shakira. He made a feature. So
that's right.
But he has the collabs with a lot of popular artists, and he's the most streamed global artist. And that's what they're aiming for. I feel like the NFL, they're trying to have a global reach now.
Yeah.
They held a game in Brazil, according to Complex Music News. They held a game in Brazil earlier this year, and then in Madrid, they're having a game. So they're trying to just get more of a global reach. And I feel like that's another angle of why they chose him. And it's Jay-Z and Rock Nation as well. So that's another reason why. So some people is like, if they're wondering why Bad Bunny.
Yeah, I think it's definitely going to be an entertaining show for sure. And I think, the last year was Kendrick Lamar, right? And his jeans.
Yes.
Yeah,
so,
his jeans. The viral jeans.
So I think we'll hopefully get some really fun viral moments from this one as well, because he seems like a character just from SNL appearances and Happy Gilmore.
Yeah.
That's how I'm acquainted with Bad Bunny.
Yeah.
Through SNL and Happy Gilmore. So I hope we get some fun moments on stage.
Right. Yeah, he's very colorful.
Very.
And he famously didn't perform in the States this year. He had his Puerto Rican residency from the majority of his last tour and his last album. And then he's also taking it to Spain and Mexico and just Latin countries. So people were also upset about him just only doing the Super Bowl and, not broadening his tour. But there was a reason for that, mainly because of ICE and a lot of his fans he didn't want to be in jeopardy of attending his concerts. So I stand for it. I hope that, I know that he's going to get mixed reviews. That's just how it is. And every artist each year gets mixed reviews no matter what. But this one is just rooted in other reasons. You're never going to satisfy everybody with the Super Bowl pick. But, I'm very happy with this one. And I do, one criticism I'll have is I am hoping for another female performer pretty soon. Like a pop girly or something like that. Because it has kind of been male dominated, I feel like, in the past few years. So because I don't think it's been since Rihanna. And I want
I was just thinking, I think Rihanna's last.
Ariana Grande or Miley Cyrus, somebody like that to do it in the next couple of years. So
and
that's
maybe
the
we
only
can have
Sabrina
would be a
if we
great
had
choice.
Sabrina and Taylor? Wouldn't that be great?
Taylor,
oh my God.
Sabrina.
The dream.
The
dream team.
Well, I think we could have had Taylor, but those jerks at the NFL wouldn't give her rights to her own footage. So
their loss.
Their loss.
But now Christina gets her Bad Bunny, so.
Yeah, I know.
It's Bad Bunny.
If it wasn't going to be Taylor, like, this was the best. I'm going to say the next best choice. This is still the best, like, number one choice for me. Because then, you know, Beyonce and Bruno have already done it multiple times because they would be my other choice. But they've already done it, like, 2-3 times. So for me, I'm like, oh, if it's not Taylor, my other favorite, okay, so I'm still winning.
And I mean, I think it's a good choice, too, because obviously for the halftime show, you know, it's about gaining exposure, and for Bad Bunny to get this exposure, it'll be really great for his career, I think, too.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep.
We got to brush up on our Spanish, guys.
I know. He said he was just on SNL last night. He said we have 4 months.
I saw that. His opener was really good. The cold open.
And in our last topic of the music news, Cardi B's Am I the Drama, her sophomore album came out. It's debuted at #1, and it was 7 years after her debut album. And as soon as she said, Am I the Drama? It was like she spoke too soon, because then all this drama came about. I guess it was a perfect title and the perfect storm. And actually, she's getting more publicity off of these things. But first, it was around the time she released the album. She also announced that she was pregnant with her 4th child with Stephon Diggs, her current boyfriend, after speculation. After we had said this on the podcast. When she was in court and the journalist had asked her and she got upset. Well, like, rightfully so, that wasn't real invasive and everything.
And then she threw the pen, right?
Yeah, she threw the pen. Yeah. But she was in fact pregnant. But of course, you know, you don't want somebody to steal your thunder and take away your announcement. Yeah. You know, it's obviously, like, we're women, and even if you're not a woman, that's just common etiquette and decency.
Yeah, you never ask a woman if she's pregnant.
Are you pregnant?
Like, how far along they are and how obvious it is. You just don't ask a woman.
You just don't. There's just things you don't do. Like, yeah. So, but it did turn out to be true. And yeah, and also the way he asked, is it Stephon's or is it Offset's? Like, that is just so disrespectful. So disrespectful. And Offset had some choice words on his live recently, his Instagram live. It was a couple weeks ago when the album came out, and said that Stephon Diggs had crossed the line. Didn't wait until the divorce was finalized, and yeah, she was already pregnant before they announced it, because usually you announce in the 2nd trimester or so. So some drama there, and then really soon afterward, then an old feud was reignited with Cardi B and Nicki. And this has been a long beef. But before I get into that, what do y'all think about the whole pregnancy news and everything? And
I just feel like my feed has just been all Cardi B. Like, for the last month, it's just like bang, bang, bang. Yeah. The trial, and then the album, and now this.
Yeah.
And now Nicki and Cardi's feud continues. I'm not hating on it. I love it. I love it. This is so much entertainment. It's like a soap opera playing out in front of our eyes. It's great.
Right.
It's a good distraction with a lot of things going on in the world right now.
True.
So, not that it's lighthearted at all. Like, a lot of it's pretty toxic.
Right. Yeah.
I guess in comparison to other things.
The way she adds humor, I feel like if it was other people, it probably wouldn't hit as we wouldn't be like, I'm not to say that like this current feud is ha ha he ha, but like some of the other things, like the trial and things like that.
The trial was great. Oh my God.
Humor to that.
I mean, she knew it was ridiculous, so why not just lean into it?
Yeah.
Right.
And she made it hilarious.
I'll just do a really quick timeline of their beef. They have had like a nearly 10-year beef now, and it started back, traceable. It was traceable back in 2017. We don't know what happened behind the scenes. When Cardi B like really popped up on the scene, she was rapping for a while, but these things take time as musicians. She's an independent artist. She was on a reality show. She finally had made 2 mixtapes and gotten her biggest single in 2017, Bodak Yellow. And then that same year, she collabed with Migos, who was Offset as in Migos, her, ex-husband and father of her children. And then Cardi, Nicki, and the Migos were all on the song Motorsport, which I know this song. And famously, the video, they weren't in any scenes together. So that was already causing speculation of a potential feud. And then later on that year, Nicki said she felt unappreciated by Cardi for the collab, and And then in 2018, things came to a head at the Met Gala after party when there was a scandal that happened when Cardi B threw her heel at Nicki and was cussing at her and trying to fight, saying that Nicki had said things about her kid. So over the years, they've kind of rapped in songs calling each other out. Sometimes it's very direct, sometimes it's kind of indirect. And then for a minute, it was like the dust had settled. And then it got reignited in full force this past week or so over Twitter, right after Cardi released her album. Nicki is doing some trolling and making fun of some of the lyrics of the songs, and then also just saying things about her recent pregnancy with Stephon Diggs. And then, of course, Cardi is not one to speak to hold her tongue. So then she comes back on Twitter, and it got really, really, really nasty. They're just going after each other's kids. They're going after each other, like just speculations about their private lives and things like that are very taboo and very ugly. So it's really escalated. And then Cardi's saying that she's like, wants to fight again. She kind of already tried to fight her, but already saying she wants to fight. And then also some other female rappers got involved, liking tweets, subtweeting things and things like that. So it's gotten really into a big deal. Honestly, at first it was a little bit light, and when it was just about the music and things like that, but once the kids were involved and all that, it just took a really nasty turn. And honestly, I don't want it to get to escalate any further, like into some kind of Tupac Biggie type of situation or anything that's like going to be cause anybody any physical harm. So now, as of today, Nicki has issued an apology, which Cardi didn't accept, and it was pretty backhanded. That's the most recent news of that. But I don't think they're going to be having any, people are like, oh, get in the booth and like rap about it. But I feel like neither of them feel like the other one is worth rapping about. So it's just kind of stayed on Twitter. More news to come. Hopefully not any like more bad news, but
yeah,
this was just very crazy.
Yeah, I mean, once you start bringing the kids into it, like, I don't know, those are low blows right there.
That's the one thing. You never bring the kids into it. Like, you can talk crap about each other all you want, but leave the kids out of it.
Yeah, the kids have nothing to do with your feud. So yeah, hopefully this will kind of settle too, and there won't be more to come. Hopefully nothing too dramatic happens after all this.
Right, and it's like I said, it's just giving Cardi B more publicity. I mean, it's really, like there's people who say no, there's no such thing as bad publicity. And then also, Nicki had just announced one of her albums coming out, but it won't be coming out till early next year. So I don't think this is a PR stunt or anything though at all. Like the way they were coming for each other, I don't.
No, they were definitely like, it was cutthroat. It was not. It did not seem
this
fake
was
at
not,
all. Just for publicity.
To me, this is not fake.
It seemed very, very real, very to the throat.
Yeah. All right. And on October 3rd, there were a couple of events that happened. It was October 3rd, which is a day that lives in history for Mean Girls.
Forever in history.
Forever and ever. And also, The Life of a Showgirl was released. And I'm sorry for all of those who are tired of us talking about Taylor, but if you're not into this, I would probably skip for about 30 minutes. And if you want to hear what we ate, you can just get to the weekly bite at the end of the episode. So yeah, there's a lot of discourse going around right now about this album, good and bad. But let's just dive into our favorite tracks right now as it stands.
Okay.
Let's just like dig right into that. Christina.
Okay, mine, I love The Fate of Ophelia. And I think that it sounds like Summertime Sadness. Hear me out. Because she's like,
no, I get that.
I heard you call. And it's like,
yeah,
summertime.
Yeah, I heard that too.
And then just like other certain parts of it. I was like, this is Summertime Sadness. And she loves Lana Del Rey. But I love that one. I love Elizabeth Taylor. I love Father Figure. We can go into why later. Right now, we're just kind of doing the track. I'm sorry, a little bit into why, not a deep dive into everything. I love Wood. I loved Canceled, and I loved Actually Romantic. And I added Canceled to the Halloween playlist because it sounded dark and spooky.
It's a little spooky.
It got those vibes. Yeah.
I got that too.
Lauren, what do you think?
The Life of a Showgirl is my number one, followed by Opalite. It actually switched. But after another listen today, it was The Fate of Ophelia, number 2, but now it's Opalite, number 2. Fate of Ophelia is number 3 for me. Father Figure is number 4. Wood is number 5. And I'm starting to come around to Cancel too. Like that might be my next favorite. I don't know. I think I had to listen. I'll go into this a little bit more later, but I had to listen to the songs a few more times to identify my favorites. So I think I'm on like listen number 5 or 6 now.
Dang.
Of the whole album. So I had to sit with this one a lot longer though. And I'm gonna get into that too, but I'm gonna let Elisa go.
Yeah, I'm gonna get into that too.
We got more to say.
We have a lot to discuss with this one.
We got a lot to unpack here.
But I do think we all have, similar favorite songs. We all obviously have like similar tastes, I think, anyway, when it comes to Taylor Swift songs in general. Right. But for number 1 for me, same as Lauren Brooke, The Life of a Showgirl. I love the collab with Sabrina.
Yes,
I think it's, very overdue. We needed that. And then I'm kind of torn for my number 2 between Father Figure and Opalite. After listening to it again earlier, I was like, okay, I'm really digging Opalite. And then Wood, of course.
We love Wood.
This is a new kind of song for Taylor. Fate of Ophelia and Canceled as well. That one also took me a few listens to come around to. But
really? I loved it the first time.
Really? I don't know. Like I liked it the first time, and then like the second time I was like, I don't really know. And then the third time I think I came back to it.
Yeah.
I was like back and forth.
Yep.
I feel that way about some of the tracks. I didn't know y'all ranked them. I just wrote it in order.
I ranked them.
Okay, whatever. It's fine.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
But I think my number 1 is Fate of Ophelia anyway. I would just have to do the other ones, but it's fine.
I'm surprised that The Life of a Showgirl, you didn't even list that one, Christina.
You know what? Actually, I don't think I think I've only listened to it like I've listened to it the least because I've been listening to it in order,
Right, and
I've listened to it like 2
and
and
it's the last track.
Yeah, and it's the last track. So I think that
that makes sense. Yeah, I get that. I do like the little end of it though, where they're sounding like they're exiting a show, and Sabrina's like, "Love you, Taylor."
I think that was actually from the Eras tour.
Okay, I was
believe
wondering.
So.
Okay,
I believe so. But who knows? Because AI can do anything, so
True.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Let's not get into that.
Let's not get into
that. Well, before we go into like more of that, I just wanted to really shout out real quick that Taylor Swift, she just became the highest selling female musician of all time after this album, and she just passed Madonna.
Wow.
And she's the only artist in history to have 8 albums sell more than 1 million records in the first week. And the most streamed album on Spotify in one day was Life of a Showgirl.
That's so crazy.
So, yep.
Go Taylor.
But yeah, I guess we could go one by one on our opinions and our own opinions of the album, like as a whole and everything like that.
Okay, I guess I'll kick it off.
Okay.
So, with many of Taylor Swift's albums, I'm coming into the game a little bit later. Midnights, I think, was the first album that I listened to like multiple times over and over and over. Because by that point, I was in the Taylor sphere because I came a little bit later. But I think I had to listen to that about 3 or 4 times to really appreciate it. And I think Tortured Poet's Apartment, I had to listen about 3 times to fully grasp it. I've had to listen to this one about 6 times to start to come around to some of the songs. I like it. I don't know if I love it yet, but I do like it. And I just feel like from an aesthetic standpoint, I don't know if the promos, all of the photos of her and a lot of the PR surrounding it really matches or aligns with the music.
I definitely agree with that.
I understand that, yeah.
I was thinking the same thing because I was expecting, more Showgirl vibes, and that's not what I'm getting
some jazzy
the sound. Yeah.
Jazzy
yeah.
I don't know. I was expecting more drama and maybe theatrics, a little bit more of that. And I'm not saying I was expecting Judy Garland or Liza Minnelli. Right. I'm not expecting her to be like Showgirl or anything like that. But,
there's no business like show business.
Or like, I'm not saying she's going to be singing He Had It Coming, you know,
right,
Chicago.
Right.
But I just didn't feel like the vibes matched the Showgirl era. I don't know. And I also was expecting bangers, as Travis said. Like, I'm expecting heavy hitting pop songs that's giving Max Martin. And I wasn't hearing it for some reason. It just didn't really mesh for me. But like I said, I like it, and I like about half of the album right now. Like, I really am enjoying the songs that we listed earlier. But yeah, I had to sit with it a while. And I actually listened to it after midnight, stayed up late on Thursday to listen to it, and paid for that on Friday morning. But yeah, I mean, I think started out, I was like, okay, yeah, I'm digging it. And then there was a few months where I was like, wait, huh? And I don't know. I listened to it with my fiance too, and he's more of a Swiftie than I am even. He was a Swiftie before me. And by halfway through the album, he's like, these aren't bangers. You know, and he's like, I don't know. It just, I've listened to it more than him. I don't know. He's kind of hasn't listened to it since that night, I don't think. But yeah, I don't know. It's not what I was expecting. And I think I will grow to like it even more over time. But I think that Sabrina might win this round for pop album this year. That's my take.
I mean, she won my 2024. Like I had said in an episode or two ago.
Yeah.
I said she was my favorite pop album in 2024 for women. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think she might win this round. And there's a reason why that's my favorite song too at the end. It had more of that, not just because Sabrina, but it had also more of the Showgirl vibe. Like it had more of that theatrical side, I think.
Yeah, I was expecting for the whole album to be like that song.
Me too.
And
me too.
Listening to it for the first time and that song being the last track, when I finally got to that song, I'm like, oh, okay, this is what I was expecting the whole time. But like leading up to that, I'm like, where's the Showgirl?
Like, where are the Showgirls?
Where are Showgirl vibes?
I don't know. There was just a lot of hype around this one too.
Right.
And I think that might have been a mistake.
I know. I agree. And kind of like how you said, you know, coming later into the Taylor sphere, like I hadn't really, I guess, anticipated her albums until like the last three.
Same.
And then when listening to like TTPD for the first time, immediately I was like, oh yeah, these are some bangers. Like you got Florida.
You guys listen to TTPD and you thought these are some bangers.
I know, it's like they're like sad songs, but like
I'm just thinking, I don't know, maybe I'm thinking of my favorite tracks.
Down Bad.
No, Fortnite
Down Bad.
I want to say it's a banger. I think her banger album is like 1989.
Well, I agree with that. Like as far as like real like bangers, like dance songs, but like as far as like the beats and like the catchiness and like immediately grabbing
I was thinking like a dance,
hooking you in.
Like, that was a dance song.
Oh no, yeah, there's no like immediately like hooking you in when you first listen to it.
Yeah,
I had a lot more of that on TTPD, whereas with this one, listening to it for the first time through, I was just like sitting with a lot of the songs before I really and had to re-listen to them again before I really started getting into them. And you know, I mean, obviously, like when I first did my listen through, I'm like, okay, well, I do like this song, but there was never one that like immediately when I listened to it for the first time was like, oh yeah, this is my favorite song off the bat. Like I love this.
Yeah,
I'm going to listen to this on repeat.
Same. Yeah, that's how I felt too. And I did feel like lyrically this was a little, I know she's happy. We're happy that she's happy. And it's not that we want her to be sad. No. But I felt like lyrically it was very off. And I know there was like even a few like songs on the Tortured Poets Department that were a little strange too. Like there were definitely some moments like on that album where I was like, wait, what did she just say? But I don't know. This one was definitely there were some moments where I was like, is this AI? No, I'm just kidding.
No, some of the memes are so funny because it was like maybe Joe did write most of Folklore.
Yeah.
Maybe he did, right?
Yeah, I'm not gonna do my girl like that.
So it's like, did she let Travis write these?
Why he was the muse? That's why, or just stuff like that.
Yeah,
stop.
just a simple man. Just kidding.
Stop.
What was like the one? It was like, Lord, God, give me a best friend that is hot. Like, I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know. On the wish list one, yeah. We didn't, none of us put, it's funny because some of our common ones some of the ones that we had in common were like 4 out of 6 of the same ones. And then the ones that we didn't put are all in common too. Like, none of us put wish list.
I didn't like wish list.
Or like, none of us put, I can't think of it right now, but there's a few of them that none of us put on our list of our favorite tracks.
I do not like Honey. I hate how she says it. Honey.
I'm
sorry, honey. I don't like Honey. And I don't like wish list because I'm like, why do you have a wish list?
Ruin the friendship. None of us put that one.
Why do you have a wish list? You're a multi-billionaire. You don't have a wish list. I'm sorry. I said it. I said what I said. I'm sorry. Taylor, we love you. But we do not need to talk about a wish list.
Yeah, well, she said the girl who has everything but nothing or something like that on one of the songs.
Yeah.
I was surprised to find out that Ruin the Friendship was not what we
No, that was
originally
that was
thought.
the biggest curveball for me.
That was definitely a big curveball.
And maybe that was kind of intentional too.
I feel like she did that on purpose. She
and it actually ended up being so sad.
Yeah, I know.
The backstory
so
like is so sad, and we're all over here thinking like, "That's about Blake."
Yeah, I mean, one would think.
I mean, yeah.
No, yeah, that was, I feel like the biggest, besides the whole Showgirl thing, that was the biggest curveball as well. And like, I am, as much as I love Taylor Swift or any artist, I'm not just gonna, I think a common misconception about me is that I'm just gonna totally like and rave about every little thing that they do and everything that they do. And that's not true. I do feel like I like this album, but I feel like just the days of us getting really catchy pop hits are like, it's just not what she's about anymore, which isn't a bad thing. I think it's like kind of like, because, okay, for instance, like Folklore, that's one of my favorite albums. But would I say that there's like a blank space on it or something like that? No, I wouldn't. You know what I mean? But but do I think that that's like her best written album? Yes. So, you know, I feel like stuff like that, like I Knew We Were Trouble or like Blank Space and things like that. Those like super catchy, like what you guys were saying earlier. It's kind of just, it's like few and far in between. She's more wordy now. She has like a different thing, and she wants her albums to be like more of like a body of work and like cohesive. So in that aspect, I respect it and everything. But I do think it was pretty overhyped. I feel like like kind of just echoing with Lauren and you and Elisa said. Also, I wasn't able to fully like stay up and enjoy the midnight premiere of it or anything, because for some reason in the Swift universe, or the universe just like hates me for Taylor Swift stuff this year, because like the day she got engaged, my car broke down, and then the day she releases this album, I have an ear infection and I'm sick. And I was wanting to do TikToks and content. Don't worry, I'm gonna still do it, but I had a whole thing lined up. And I wanted to listen to it, and my ass was just asleep by like 10 p.m. But at like 2 a.m. I woke back up and I listened to like half of it, and then I fell back asleep. I would say the Max Martin elements, I feel like this is like a Midnights and Love Childs. I feel like it was reminding me of both of those. There was certain elements of like Lover that I felt like, and I feel like that maybe that's like one of the last little things she had, like some of those kind of hits on like The Man or something like that, and like or like even Florida. Yeah, I could see that. Just like something just more simple and just
catchy,
popish, like catchy, yeah. Instead of like she has like these wordy, long like storytelling form. This like long storytelling form. I mean, those are my like. I have to sit with it too. I have to digest it. I've only listened to. I don't know how much you listened to it, Elisa, but I probably listened to it 2.5 times so far. Some songs I've listened to more than others. Like the first one, I don't know, just like a few of them I probably listened to like 5 times, but as a whole, I've listened to it like 2.5 times. So these are my initial thoughts. I'm sure things might change here and there. But I do think it kind of was still giving a little bit of Midnights, even though she's worked with Max Martin and not Jack Antonoff this time. So that was kind of interesting, but I could still hear the Max Martin-esque quality, like attributes to it, to the music.
I think I can hear it in Opalite.
Yeah.
Because it also has more of a boppy feel to it out of all of them. I feel like it even almost has like a 1950s, like, what? You know, that kind of.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. I don't know.
I was just going to say, as far as critics, I feel like what I've seen on the critics, music critics or just, you know, our peers and things like that, have also been mixed reviews across the board. And I feel like some people, they either are loving it or hating it, or they're like, ugh, about it. But I feel like it's just like kind of the sentiments are kind of just echoed everything we've said. And so the critics are saying, I don't know. It's not like, do I say it's like in my top 3 or anything like that? No, not right now. Mm-mm.
Yeah. Not for me either. And I don't know. And to your point, it's giving like Midnights and Lover, which I can see that. And that's probably my biggest gripe, is that it is not, it's indistinguishable from the others. You know, it's not its own body of work, and it's not unique in that regard, you know, because she has been creating like a unique vibe in every album for the most part.
Yeah, and that's when you were getting really excited and proud of her, was when she did Folklore.
Yeah. Every album was unique, and I just feel like this one isn't for me right now. And it could change. I could listen to it another 5 times, and then but in a month I could be like, I love this album. Right. I don't know if it's going to be my top 3 now.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
It's really soon. It's only been 2 days. You had said earlier, sometimes I'm trying to think of the one that, like, there's some I've just immediately loved. I think like my top 3, like Red, 1989, Folklore, I immediately loved those. And I was like, no notes, nothing, you know, whatever. I'm trying to think of one that was a grower. Maybe TTPD, I guess. That was kind of a grower on me.
And that was like, immediately it was like, okay, top 3 for me.
Oh, wow. Yeah, it's just so interesting. You know, music is so subjective, and that's what's beautiful about it. You know?
It is.
But there are some things that are just like blatant, like I feel like we could agree on, like the Showgirl aspect of it. I don't feel like that's a subjective point. You know, the music itself is subjective, but certain other qualities of this rollout and stuff, you know, we agree on, and most people would.
Also, like how you guys were saying too, I just feel like the hype that was leading up to this too, like I think it just like raised everyone's expectations so high that we all thought that this was going to be like the album, like an amazing new album. Yeah. And so we were all so excited to hear it. I mean, you know, she even went on the New Heights podcast, like we covered, and like her and Travis, they just like hyped it up so much that I think we all maybe were expecting so much more, and then listening to it, and like you said, it's still new, so we're still having to digest it, and we'll have more listens of it, you know, and we might like it, as it might just be one that has to grow on you, because I have only listened to it about like probably the same as you, Christina, like 2.5, 3 times. I've listened to certain songs more than that, but like the whole thing all the way through. I just think like, sometimes when things are overhyped like that, and then they don't meet your expectations, it just kind of, you know, you're just like, what do I do now? How do I feel?
What do I do with this information now?
But I mean, I do like her I like this new attitude on it. I will say that it's
sex positive Taylor.
Yeah, and I saw a tweet that was like, this is one of the only albums I feel like she wasn't questioning like her worth in at least some lyric or some song, you know, like, because even in the last album, it's like a people pleaser, I wouldn't marry me either, and stuff like that, whatever. But this time it's like, nah, I'm Taylor Swift. Like, I deserve this, whatever. Like, I'm that bitch. So I was here for her. And yeah, speaking of the sex positivity, did y'all think that was performative? Because there's been, some reviews and comments about that.
I didn't feel it was performative. I think it wasn't quite as blatant as Sabrina's. It was still a little bit more, I think, lyrical. Sabrina's just like, here we go. I'm just going to throw it at you.
Yeah.
Taylor's still a little bit more subtle with her like metaphors and wood.
Yeah.
So we all know what she's talking about, but she's definitely doing it. Yeah, more subtly than Sabrina. Sabrina's like, bam, in your face. I don't care.
Which I think is it tracks with their personalities, but I didn't feel it was performative. I thought that was probably the thing I liked the most about the album, was that she was a little bit more honest in embracing her sexuality a bit more.
Maybe all it took was Travis to pull
it just
that
took
out
Travis.
of her.
Yeah.
And I've seen some hot takes.
Magic in the bed.
I've seen some hot takes where some like people have been like, oh, why are you focusing on sex? And it's all about a man still. And it's like, well, just let her have fun, okay?
Yeah.
Like, let's just let her live. Let her enjoy her man.
Right.
And, if that means she wants to write a song about his wood, then so be it.
That song also was a curveball for me. I'm thinking it was like a Out of the Woods Part 2 type of thing. Yeah. I don't know. And then I was like, Miss Ma'am. I was like,
Miss Ma'am.
Who is this Taylor?
I do declare.
I do declare.
But that's what Pinocchio stood for in the background.
And people were saying,
and the New Heights podcast.
Yeah.
We thought she was lying to us.
I was wrong about that.
She's just over here thinking about her man's wood.
Yeah, she's definitely gotten more comfortable with her sexuality over the years, as anybody, with age. And also, I feel like after she was canceled, it brought out a whole different side of her that was more unapologetic. And so she was more, and she kind of talked about that on the New Heights podcast too. It was a combination of things, like her management plus this and that. It was just multiple factors. But I feel like now she can be more mature with content. Also, she's 35. Like, come on.
Yeah, like, come on.
She's almost 36. Like,
she could sing about whatever she wants.
Yeah,
she's a 35-year-old woman.
Yeah, so not like she's 16 or whatever.
Right.
But yeah, I thought that one was fun. And it's catchy. That one was a bop.
Yeah, that one is the catchy one.
Yeah, that was a bop.
But Travis couldn't say that one was his favorite.
When I looked back at that, or I thought about, he's like, yeah, my favorite is Opalite. I'm like, your favorite is Wood. Like, so.
Right. He's like, I gotta keep something a secret.
Yeah. Yeah, I like.
No wonder Travis was like hyping it up. He's like, I got a whole
every
song about
is
my
almost
wood.
about
Yeah, that's why he was so excited. Yeah, she's also kind of gotten a little bit of backlash, which I'll do a deeper dive into this. If you guys, we will tell you about my YouTube channel. I'll go into a deeper dive of. I'm planning on probably every track by track. And just some other things. I'm going to go see the Life of a Showgirl release, the movie tonight as well. So I'm going to have some fun stuff to debrief on in addition to this. But yeah, for the reasons of my favorite songs, it was either the lyrics or, the thing that makes my song my favorite anyway is it's going to be the lyrics, the production, and everything, whatever. So yeah, lyrics and production. So that's why my top 6 were what I said earlier.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Honestly, I think it might be production first and then lyrics, which is surprising.
Yeah, that's surprising
actually,
for you.
for me. Yeah, I know. But you have to hook me first with the music and with the hook. Like, you have to hook me with the hook. Like,
really?
with the beat.
You don't like I don't know. I would think you would have liked Elizabeth Taylor more, because I feel like I thought that production was really good.
I thought I was going to like Elizabeth Taylor. It wasn't, but the problem was I saw the song titles first. So I already had these ideas in my head of what it's going to sound like.
Okay.
If it was me. And so Elizabeth Taylor was not what I expected. Okay. I don't know. It just wasn't what I was expecting. But you have to hook me first, and then I listen to the lyrics after the fact or read them, which I noticed that she did not release the lyrics until the next day on Spotify.
Oh, I didn't know.
So when I listened to it, I did
notice that because when I was listening to it, I did want to like read the lyrics because, you know, especially when you like listen to it the first time, you don't always catch everything. And I was like, wait, where are the lyrics at?
So I was thinking.
Yeah, I never always got to spoil it for you on the know, social media. So you want to know what she's saying before they do.
Yeah, so at 1 a.m., I'm like listening to it and there's no lyrics. And they weren't released until the next day when I listened to it like the second time. So that was intentional, I'm sure. But
yeah, I do think going blindly into it probably might have been better. Yeah, because I feel like when you said that you had already seen the song titles, so you already had like these expectations of what the songs were going to sound like. I feel like I agree with that. And, you know, if you go into it blind, then you don't have any expectations. So just listening to it for the first time, you're just coming up with completely new, you know, opinions, whereas before you already had like these preconceived opinions or notions of like what you think it should sound like.
Yeah. And there was like a new album cover every week, I feel like.
Yeah.
With a
and all
new
these pictures,
showgirl vibe.
The glam and the glitz.
Come on, where's the glam and the glitz? Where's the drama? Where's the Moulin Rouge?
I know. I wanted this to be a Taylor Swift Moulin Rouge album.
Christina's like, not me.
Yeah. I can keep that. Or like Lady Marmalade, that would have been on like a show. Like that kind of vibe, you know.
Even like Christina Aguilera's, was it Back to Basics?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
You know, she had that vibe. Even Gwen Stefani had that. What album was that? It was like, I Know We're Cool. You know, it was a very like vintage style music video. I don't know. I was thinking of that. Candyman. I don't know.
Yeah.
But that's just my millennial rot brain.
I had a feeling it wouldn't be that. I mean, it makes sense for it to be that, but I still had a feeling it kind of wouldn't be that. I mean, I didn't know what to expect for real, but I didn't think it would be that, even though it makes sense it would be.
I think she did it intentionally. She knew it really has nothing to do with the showgirl tone.
No. And I guess her meaning behind it anyway is to show like what her life is actually like behind the scenes. So that's why we're not getting the showgirl vibes.
We're not,
But I mean, with all the pictures and the album art, that's just what you expect, and that's what I was wanting.
And it wouldn't be a Taylor Swift album without a little bit of clapbacks. She's got some shade thrown at her, and we don't know. I'm not going to say whether she was right or wrong doing this. We don't know what be happening behind the scenes, but she has a song called Actually Romantic that is allegedly about Charlie XCX, because there's been some drama there. Because Charlie XCX is married to one of the 1975. She's close to Maddie Healy, so there's some like tension there. There was probably some shit talking when they broke up and things like that. And Charlie XCX has just like thrown shade at her, especially over these past 2 years. So Actually Romantic, I love the song. I love the wittiness. You just have to hear it. And then also Taylor got a little bit of backlash, is like comparing and unnecessarily calling out Travis's ex, Kayla Nicole, with like this one lyric about how she was just like not really in it like he was in their last relationship, the Travis and Kayla relationship.
You know, I actually had no idea that Charlie XCX had a 1975 connection.
Oh.
I had no idea about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Actually Romantic, it's not in my top 5 or 6, but I will admit it is a little catchy. But as soon as I heard it, I was like, all the bitches are going to be using this. in their reels and their TikToks, like, or quoting it in their captions. Like,
it's like Taylor's version of
immediately.
Everybody like put like the Kendrick or somebody, like it's like Taylor's version of like a Cardi B, Nicki Minaj, or like even Nicki Minaj had commented like, "Oh, when did Taylor become a battle rapper?"
I saw that.
Because the way she like calls her out, and I love it because like I can relate to it. So it's a song that's for the girls that know about that kind of thing. But I just love her sarcasm in it. You know, it's like a blank space, but for like a haters. Well, the blank space was for the haters, but you know, in a different way.
Right.
Well, I guess this is gonna hold us over for a while, because she's not touring for this album. And who knows when we're going to get another album. She's going to be busy planning her wedding. So maybe it'll grow on us over time. Maybe that was the master plan all along.
I mean, yeah, she is the mastermind, and she, you know, had everything so planned out. So maybe she knew the timeline of everything.
That's true.
And then she knew that, you know, after this album comes out, she can focus on planning the wedding and then, you know, starting married life with Travis and probably focusing on kids and all that, not focusing as much on touring, album releasing, songwriting, all that stuff.
Yeah, she deserves
so she's
it.
Like, you guys have to keep listening to it over and over and over and over.
Yeah, she's like, they just need to digest it. They'll have time to digest it.
Well, I'll let you guys know if there's other stuff in the movies, and
yeah, maybe there'll be more.
Yeah. You gotta come back with another take in a couple weeks and let us know. And now that we are finished dissecting Taylor's new album, we're going to dive into the weekly bite. I'll kick it off with a meal I made last weekend, and it was homemade Italian baked ziti. Super easy to make. My fiance and I tag team. So he cooked the meat and I cut the onions and we assembled it together. It's got a little bit of prep work, probably about 30 minutes of it. And then you just pop it in the oven and you just let it bake. And it was super delicious. Highly recommend it. We'll post the recipe on our Instagram. And tonight I'm making boursin cheese pasta, and it's like the easiest recipe ever. You just take boursin, herb, and garlic, and some olive oil, garlic, minced garlic, and cherry tomatoes. You mix it all up and put it in the oven. And add in some pasta with some pasta water and Italian spices, and voila, you have an instant dinner. So I'm looking forward to that after we finish recording.
Yeah, that sounds super good. I'm actually like starving right now, so this segment is killing me.
Right. Well, I went to Orlando this past week, and I went to 2 restaurants that were in Disney Springs, and it was Boathouse, where I had these amazing crab cakes, and they have a really good long menu for seafood. So, but I got the crab cakes; they were really delicious. And then this restaurant called Summer House, which I was not familiar with. It was newer because Elisa and I had gone a couple years ago, and we didn't have that much time to explore. Long story short, not Disney Springs at least. In the times I've been there, I haven't seen this place called Summer House, but it was really good. And you can eat in, or they have like this kind of like Cheesecake Factory or something where you could just also go up and get desserts. So I got this birthday cake and snickerdoodle cookies, and then I had shared this butter cake with some of my family that I was visiting.
Oh my God.
Sounds butter cake.
It's so good, yeah.
Oh my God. You said crab cakes and I was like, oh, and then you said butter cake and I was like, oh my God.
You had all the cakes, all the different kinds
yeah,
of
cakes. Definitely. Yeah. And I went to all the houses, Boathouse, Summer House.
I was actually thinking, because I don't even know why. Obviously, you were going to go to Disney Springs. You were in Orlando, but I didn't think about it at the time because I knew you weren't going to like Disney or Universal or anything while you were like down the parks, there. Yeah. But I had just seen that this new like really cool looking sushi restaurant opened up in Disney Springs, and I was like, ooh, I want to go there next time I'm down in Orlando. And then you were just there. I'm like, dang, Christina should have gone. I should have told her. I completely didn't think about it.
It's okay, we got time.
But yeah, next time we're down there, we can check it out.
Definitely.
But for me, I've been getting into the soup season.
Season.
You know, we're getting into the fallish weather. So I brought out the crock pot. Ish. Yeah.
Ish.
In the mornings and the evenings, at least we have. But yeah, brought out the crock pot, made some turkey chili. I know we've been all talking about crock pot recipes lately, but those are the best, especially during the fall time. And then I also made some authentic restaurant-style ramen, which was really good. Had all the fixings. I included the soft-boiled egg. And then I didn't have pork belly, which is what they normally have for like the meat option in ramen. But Costco has really good shrimp tempura that you can just heat up in the oven or in the air fryer. And it tastes really good, actually. So I added that to my ramen, and it was quite delish.
Well, I'm going to try that next time I go.
And it was a spicy miso tonkotsu ramen, which is like my favorite flavor. That sounds so
good.
It was so good.
It's so funny.
That's like my like comfort food.
Yeah.
Anytime I'm craving something that, you know, brings me comfort, I want ramen. But like real authentic ramen, not just like, you know, instant.
Yeah.
Or in a microwave. Yeah. Yeah.
That's funny. I'm going to make turkey chili next week. So
it's chili season.
It's chili season.
I think I'm that's one of the few things I can cook. So probably try my hand at that.
All the canned ingredients into a pot. All right. So to wrap up this episode, we have our last segment, This Day in History. So on October 12th, 2005, Apple released the 5th generation iPod, featuring a color display and video playback capabilities. This model marked a significant evolution in portable music devices, paving the way for future multimedia players. Did you guys have this generation of the iPod?
I'm trying to remember.
Sure,
I'm looking it up now.
I'm almost positive I did.
iPod 5th generation. I just can't remember which one I had. I think this might be the one I had.
I don't think I had this one because I think actually my first iPod was an iPod Nano.
I
had this one. This is the one I had.
Oh, you were spoiled then. If you had this at your age.
Yeah, I had this one. It's still somewhere at my parents' house.
Hey, it's a relic now.
It is a relic. Yeah, this is the one.
Yeah, I had this one.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, those were the days. I don't know. I feel like music hit better on an iPod versus Spotify on the iPhone.
Yeah, it was nice having it not connected to your phone. I mean, obviously, we probably didn't really even have phones back then, but you know, like now it's just like everything is all on your phone, and you have to stream it or download it, but then you don't want to take up all the storage on your phone.
It depletes your battery too. Yeah,
and it kills your battery.
It does.
Yeah, so it's kind of nice having it separate.
Yeah, and I used to have so much fun collecting like the album artwork to put on
you did do
iTunes.
That. Oh my God.
If my album did not have an album cover, like it would drive me crazy as a 12-year-old. Like
early signs of type A.
It's where the OCD started.
Right.
Yeah,
at least I can attest to it. At least it's like,
I even had the lyrics. I would include all of the lyrics. I would go on like lyrics.com, iloveLyrics.com or something, and I would copy and paste every song lyric for each song, for each track. I was really OCD about
you
those
and
things.
My sister both did this, and I would just then plug my iPod in and steal all your guys' hard work.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, they already got it. I'll just download it to my iPod.
At least it's like work smarter, not harder.
Yeah. Exactly. That's what happens when you're the little sister.
Yeah. Yeah, I miss those days. Maybe I should bring back my iPod.
Yeah, actually.
I wonder if it still works.
Well, actually, my husband, for the longest time, he would still use his classic iPod to listen to music in his car, and it still worked. And I think it still works now, but with cars now, you can't plug them in anymore.
Yeah.
And then he even like tried getting an adapter and it wouldn't work. So now he's forced to not use it anymore. I'm like, that's so sad. That was the end of an era.
It's obsolete soon.
It's obsolete.
That's what I was just thinking. It's obsolete. Mm-hmm.
Unless you're just like actually listening to it, you know, with headphones.
Yeah, I mean, I could use these.
Yeah.
These
bring it back old school.
Yeah.
That was me.
Now I'm like really curious. Maybe I should try and find it. I don't know where it's at.
It would be fun to see all the music on it.
Oh God. Oh God.
I need to do that. I need to find mine. I mean,
we should do that.
I don't know how many states since I've had an iPod. I don't know. Mine are probably scattered over. But I have like a storage unit.
You just have like an iPod graveyard.
So who knows? And this is before I find my Apple devices where it was created. So.
Oh yeah.
Find my iPod.
Find my iPod.
Gosh, I miss the days before Bluetooth and all the interconnectedness, though. It makes things easy, but at the same time, you're always on all the time.
Yeah. There's pros and cons for sure.
Pros and cons.
That's all for this week's Yep.
If you had fun with us, please rate and review the podcast. It helps us out big time.
And follow us on Instagram, TikTok, X, and Threads at Yap About It Pod. Until next time.